Recording. So basically, after discussion about the doubts, we will proceed further again for the chapter number 6. In chapter number 6, we successfully completed transcription, genetic code and translation. Today the topic of discussion will be gene expression and its regulation. Okay, so what is this gene expression? I told you last time that in our body, all cells have same DNA. Okay. For example, if I try and find out some cells from my skin or from my hair, my blood cell, nerve cell, anywhere I am collecting DNA, I will be having same sequence of DNA. Then why all these cells are different? After completion of reproduction, you now know that life starts from a single cell called zygote, and then there is a huge process of embryogenesis where embryo is produced both in plant and animal. And during this process, there will not be only cell division, there will be differentiation of cell. So who will decide why skin cell is epithelial, flat and squamous, whereas cardiac muscle cell is branched and it has striation, and why our nerve cells are having a typical shape? Who is going to decide that? It is decided by the expression of the gene. डीएनए हमारे अंदर रहने से जरूरी नहीं है कि वो डीएनए का पूरा कोड एक्सप्रेस होगा. That is not required. Some part of DNA, as I told you when I was talking about splicing in eukaryotes especially, majority part of DNA is junk. Why we are using this junk? Because till date it was not discovered that what they are for. They are not at all coding for any kind of protein, but they may code for some kind of protein which we don't know. But majority of the part we found out that they are not doing anything. They are there only for the purpose of protection of the necessary part of DNA. So जो necessary part of DNA है, is it producing all types of cell or is it going for all types of gene expression? I will quote something here. Have you ever heard about, like a few years ago, there was a lot of hue and cry about embryonic stem cell culture. Ads आता था टीवी में कि आप बच्चे की umbilical cord को preserve कर सकते हैं. Have you ever heard about anything like that?
Yes, ma'am.
So क्यों preserve करे भाई बच्चे का umbilical cord? What use it is of? Actually, in umbilical cord, there will be presence of embryonic stem cell. And stem cell is a part of human body which can produce all other cells of body. Or at least if not all other, it can produce many other types of cells of our body. We envy plants for being totipotent. You know why we call plant totipotent? I guess I taught to you. Why we call plants totipotent?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, beta. Say. क्यों totipotent बोलते हैं हम उनको? Why? Dish, can you elaborate? Why plants are called totipotent?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, because a single cell can divide or produce differentiation cells, different cells.
I didn't get. Can you repeat once again?
Ma'am, because totipotency is known as that a single cell will divide and it will be producing a different cell in an organism.
So it can produce all types of cell in the organism.
Yes, ma'am.
So if I take a cell from root of plant, from that, by treating it, by giving it a special environment, I can get a whole plant, which is not possible in human being. But don't you think in human being, if such things are available, it will be a great help? Yes or no? आज अगर किसी इंसान का किडनी डैमेज हो जाता है, if there is damage in eye or some other organ which required to be transplanted, और consider करो किसी को 3rd degree burn हो गया है, you require skin to transplant. We need to wait a lot, and many a times due to inavailability of body part, a person dies, which is really sad. So now medical science is thinking about creating organs. It is possible by regulating gene expression. How? If we can take embryonic stem cell and if we can channelize it to produce different parts of our body, different types of organ, that will be a great help. Already scientists are like started working on artificial skin and they are moved a lot in that direction. But still development of organ is very difficult, but we are searching for it. So, but how to control? कैसे control करेंगे? We need to control the expression of gene. We talked at the initial stage of this chapter कि हम इसीलिए पढ़ रहे हैं because we want to make genetically modified crops and plants. You can remember I told you कि काश हम breeding में इतना wait करना पड़ता है. We need to go for checking and checking. But even if I am adding a foreign piece of DNA into an organism, do you think it will express? There will be a question mark, isn't it? Consider, चलो मैं आपको एक बहुत simple example दूँ. Do you know जिनको डायबिटीज की प्रॉब्लम होती है उनको आर्टिफिशियल इंसुलिन पुश किया जाता है? Have you ever heard?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
तो वो इंसुलिन कहाँ से मिलती है? थोड़ी ना हम किसी स्वस्थ इंसान के पास जाके बोल सकते भाई अपनी पैंक्रियास का एक टुकड़ा दो, I want to collect insulin from it. It's not possible, no? So from where we are getting those insulin? Have you ever thought? Actually, we like scientists created a method in which they created GM E. coli, genetically modified E. coli bacteria, and they inserted the insulin gene into them. They inserted in a way that that gene can be expressed, and trust me, E. coli is producing insulin for us. We are collecting those cells, collecting insulin from them, and using it for the purpose of treatment of diabetic patients. But only inserting gene will not do. We need to ensure that that gene express. It's like switch on and switch off. So it is the most interesting part of molecular basis of inheritance. अब तक हम जो process बोल रहे हैं, that is transcription, translation, वो होता है. It is occurring in every cases. But gene expression is something which is obviously related to transcription and translation, but it is differential. All genes are not expressed in all types of organisms. So I just want to start discussing with the chapter, and it is regulation of gene expression. I guess my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So there should be some regulation. Okay. What is this regulation is required? First of all, I told you that in our body, everything that is produced is in adequate amount. That means in the amount that is required. It is never the normal tendency of human being that something is produced in very high amount which is not required and wasted. We do that. हमें जितना खाना चाहिए उससे ज्यादा खाना खा के हम मोटे होते हैं. That is our problem. It's not for body. Body को ऐसी कुछ नहीं करनी होती. It is getting tired and in turn it is having bad effect on our health. So I think you know about feedback mechanism or feedback inhibition. Have you? I think I talked about it. We discussed it about when we talked about the regulation of this one spermatogenesis and oogenesis. I told you the product that is produced, if it is produced in high amount, it will go back and talk to the enzyme one to stop its production. जैसे यहाँ आप देख सकते हो, from first precursor there is product, enzyme one is producing the first product. My cursor is visible to all of you, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So then from this first product there is production of second product and it is catalyzed by enzyme 2, and then the third product which is tryptophan and it is catalyzed by enzyme 3. So you can see all these enzymes are proteins and they are produced by some gene. So tryptophan E gene and tryptophan D gene product is enzyme 1. Why 2 gene? क्योंकि दो पॉलीपेप्टाइड चेन्स होंगे, one will be produced by tryptophan E and second one will be produced by tryptophan D. तो दोनों मिलके ultimately there will be production of enzyme 1. Tryptophan C will produce enzyme 2. Tryptophan B and A will produce enzyme 3. So if I required 100 molecules of tryptophan, the moment I will be having 101 molecule, that extra molecule will go back to the enzyme and gene, and the moment enzyme 1 or gene system of enzyme 1 is aware of the fact that it is having tryptophan in amount which is not at all required, it will stop production of enzyme 1. और आपको पता है अगर enzyme 1 बनेगा नहीं तो precursor में से product number 1, product number 2 and tryptophan भी नहीं बनेगा. So this is what we call as feedback inhibition. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now gene expression. Now again I am coming back to the question that is all genes expressed every time? Before we know that, अब question ये आता है कि मैम gene expression कब control किया जाता है? Is it controlled in the translation stage or in the transcription stage or in the protein folding stage? क्योंकि अब आपको पता है कि एक DNA की कोड जो है that is to be translated into amino acid, इसके बीच में कई सारे steps होते हैं. Let me tell you in each and every procedure this control is possible. ऐसा हो सकता है कि कंसीडर करो ये अपना डीएनए है, डीएनए से जब मैसेंजर आरएनए बनने ही ना दिया जाए. कैसे? आपको पता है डीएनए से मैसेंजर आरएनए बनने के लिए the RNA polymerase need to bind with DNA, isn't it? Yes or no? Class, if you can remember transcription, the first incident of transcription is binding of RNA polymerase to DNA. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes.
You need to know about the previous procedures, otherwise you will be at loss. So अगर हम वहां RNA polymerase को bind करने ही ना दे, so messenger RNA will not be produced. Second thing is, okay, messenger RNA is produced, but this messenger RNA is single stranded. If you are putting complementary RNA artificially, which is complementary to messenger RNA, तो जैसे ही DNA में से messenger RNA बनेगा, like let me tell you the example. Consider this is DNA. So it is having sequence A, T, C, C, G, T. So messenger RNA that will be produced will be UAGGCAU. Do you agree with me? Yes, no? Class?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So consider करो मुझे एक जीन को साइलेंस कर देना है. I don't want that gene. We talked about so many genetic disorders, no? You want to cure them. You don't want this gene to be expressed. Simple way is there. Prepare a messenger RNA. This is artificial, or we call it antisense RNA. This is a part I am telling you, which is called gene silencing. एक genes को हम चुप करवा देते हैं. नहीं भाई तू express नहीं हो. How to do it? It will have sequence exactly like antisense strand. So what will happen? There will be pairing. So ये आपका messenger RNA अगर single stranded नहीं हुआ, can it go for translation? Transfer RNA bind ही नहीं होगा ना उससे. Can it go for translation? Class, are you understanding what I am saying?
Yes, ma'am.
So we can do that. That is called RNA processing control. We can stop the splicing of RNA. We can stop the transport of RNA. We can make sure कि RNA बन भी गया है तो it should not come out. And then we can go for control at the translation level. So it's not like that we can control it only at one point. In all these points, the expression of gene is controlled naturally, and we are still working on doing it artificially. I told you one example of gene silencing that we can currently do now for silencing any kind of gene. I think this will give you a better picture of everything. This is called transcription control, where we are stopping the primary transcript of RNA to be formed. RNA processing control, translational control, mRNA degradation control, protein activity control. So all these stages, the gene expression can be controlled. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's very simple in case of bacteria. That's why strictly we are going to stick to the gene expression and its control in bacteria, because you can understand if you consider the genetic information present in E. coli, mammalian cell have approximately 1,000 times more genetic information present. So they will be having too many genes. Too many genes means too many polygenes, where more than one allelic and non-allelic gene interactions are there. So the control of genetic expression is very much complicated in case of eukaryotes. So we are not going to discuss it. Okay. So that's why we are strictly going to focus our discussion for prokaryotes only. So why gene expression needs to be controlled? This is the next part I wish to talk about. See, first of all, we need a multicellular organism from a zygote, which will be requiring differentiation and development. And for differentiation and development, we will be requiring different expression of gene in different cells, because that is what is the essence of division of labor. ये बात तो आपने सुना होगा, division of labor. So what is division of labor? Kausha, what is division of labor, beta?
Ma'am, I don't have much.
Krishan, can you tell me? Mahi, Prachi, Siddhant, Gia. Yes, Dish.
Ma'am, in division of labor means it will describe as a special function of an organelle and cells, special functions of an cell.
So that means जैसे घर पे हम डिवाइड कर लेते हैं ना कि मम्मा ये काम करेंगे, पापा हमारे ये काम करेंगे, हम ये काम करेंगे. So special work is assigned to special people. So in our body it is so, isn't it? Lungs is responsible for respiration. It did not go for circulation. Heart is responsible for circulation. It will not be least interested about digestion of food. So that division of labor, differentiation and development require control of gene expression. How it is related to adaptation? Adaptation is also required because in hot climate we have internal condition control. I just want to know if you ever heard about this word homeostasis. Have you heard about this word earlier? What do we mean by this word homeostasis? Homeostasis means maintenance of internal condition. Do you agree that we human beings maintain our internal condition? We do that or we don't? Do we maintain our temperature, water level in our body? Class?
No, ma'am.
We don't?
No.
चलो, I will give you an example. आपको प्यास लगती है बेटा?
Yes.
तो आप पानी क्यों पीते हो तब? Have you ever thought अगर बहुत ज्यादा पानी पी लिया हमने, then the frequency of micturition मतलब going for the toilet or peeing, it is increasing. आप देखना अगर हमने बहुत ज्यादा पानी पी लिया, then we frequently need to use the loo. So ये क्यों होता है? If we are not maintaining internal condition, तो हमें प्यास क्यों लगती है? हम frequently toilet क्यों जाते हैं? We are always maintaining internal condition. आप एक चीज देखना, गर्मी के मौसम में आप जितना पानी पीते हो, ठंडी के मौसम में हम उतना पानी नहीं पीते हैं. Have you ever noticed this? क्यों? क्योंकि पसीना ज्यादा होता है. We lose more water due to perspiration. So we need to maintain the water balance. अगर नहीं करोगे, you will तभी वो सब चीजें होती है जब ग्लूकोन डी वाली पानी पिलाए जाते हैं, डिहाइड्रेशन हो जाता है, इंसान चक्कर खा के गिर जाता है. All these are result of not doing. बॉडी हमें सिग्नल देती है, बॉडी हमें बताती है कि भाई अब आपको प्यास लगी है, पानी पियो. अब आपको टॉयलेट आ रही है, आप जाओ टॉयलेट में जाओ एंड टॉयलेट करो. If we are ignoring those signals, that is our problem. Similarly, we maintain body temperature also. We shiver in winter. जहाँ मसल कॉन्ट्रैक्शन एक्सपेंशन से बॉडी हीट बढ़ती है. We sweat in the summer season. स्वेट जब इवापोरेट होता है, it takes temperature from the body. तो क्या होता है? It will be body will get that feelings of cooling. आप देखना पावर नहीं है, जैसे ही फैन आता है, नॉर्मली हमें फैन अच्छी नहीं लगती, हमें तो एसी चाहिए. बट जब पावर ऑफ के बाद फैन आता है, we feel so pleasant ना, सडनली ठंड लगने लगती है. क्यों? क्योंकि बॉडी the perspiration or sweat present in the body is evaporated. So this adaptation in an environment is related to homeostasis, which is in turn related to the expression of gene. That is why it is very much required for organisms to control the expression of gene. Can we move ahead, class? Any
Yes.
doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So what is a gene? We talk so much about gene, but I thought let's have a look into the concept gene. It is the basic unit of inheritance. Okay. Mendel, when he performed his experiment, I told you he was not aware of gene, chromosome, DNA, so he termed them as factors. But later on, in 1909, first time Johansen proposed this word gene. Gene is something जिसका Greek meaning होता है to give birth to. क्वेश्चन आता है ये किसको बर्थ देता है? It is giving birth to a protein which is in turn giving birth to a character. Okay, so there was Edward Tatum and Biddle. They discovered and proposed that genes are controlling the production of enzymes. Our enzymes are controlling all chemical reactions, and chemical reactions products are controlling our characteristics. So finally, who is the master controller? It is the gene. So they proposed that one gene, one enzyme hypothesis. They said that कि एक gene एक enzyme को produce करता है, which is later on changed. Why? Because it was observed कि कुछ enzymes ऐसी होती है जिसमें more than one polypeptide chain होती है. So this one gene, one enzyme hypothesis is changed into one gene, one polypeptide chain. So for production of single enzyme, there may be presence of more than one gene. Okay. So you know that Avery, MacLeod, McCarthy proposed that DNA is the genetic material, and Watson and Crick discovered DNA. And Benzard showed that how gene and DNA is related. What is the relation? So these are the terms which are proposed by a gene, which are able to describe a gene. Cistron, recon, muton, and replicon. What is this? Let us know. So what is this? Cistron is a structural gene that can code for a specific protein. So it is the smallest part of DNA that can code for a protein. So protein synthesis की unit कौन है? Cistron. Now if we come for the process of recombination, recombination भी कहाँ होता है? जीन में ही होता है. So it is the unit of DNA that can undergo recombination. So recon are the unit of DNA that can go for recombination. So single base pair can be a recon. Why? Because deletion and addition of single base pair can go for frame shift mutation. What is muton? Muton is the part of DNA that is capable to go for mutation. Here also single base pair can be a muton. And replicon means it is the part of DNA that can go for replication. मतलब फर्स्ट ओरिजिन से लेके सेकेंड ओरिजिन तक का जो यूनिट है दैट इज कॉल्ड रेप्लिकॉन. ओके, सो नाउ वी विल टॉक अबाउट टाइप्स ऑफ जीन. क्या सभी जीन सभी काम करते हैं? देयर आर हाउस कीपिंग जीन्स. व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय हाउस कीपिंग जीन? ये जो जीन्स है दे आर लाइक present in all types of cell and they are all times switched on. Can any one of you suggest any such genes जो हर एक सेल में एक्सप्रेस होगा और हमेशा के लिए एक्सप्रेस होगा? They will never stop their expression. Any process which is constantly operative in all cells? Class? Very easy question I am asking. Any physiological process? आपने प्लांट फिजियोलॉजी, एनिमल फिजियोलॉजी के इतने सारे चैप्टर्स ग्रेड 11 में पढ़े हो. Any process which is constantly operational in all cells of our body. No cell, ऐसा कोई भी सेल नहीं जहाँ वो प्रोसेस नहीं होता हो. Anyone class?
Production of energy.
That is respiration. Very good, Yesha. So all genes of respiration की एक pathway होती है, you know. So all enzymes, their genes are housekeeping genes because they will be turned on always and they will be present everywhere. Cell type specific gene. These are the genes which is turned on into a specific type of cell. They will not be turned on in all types of cells. Can you give any example over here? ऐसा कोई cell? वही सेल सिर्फ प्रोड्यूस करता है और कोई नहीं. सोचो, आपको सोचने से मिलेगा. रिमेंबर ऑल द फिजियोलॉजिकल प्रोसीजर्स. यू नो अबाउट द फिजियोलॉजी एंड साइटोलॉजी ऑफ सेल्स. टिश्यू में सोचो. एनी एग्जांपल दीज? कौशा, मिश्का, जिया. क्लास. So many examples are there. If I tell you, will feel like अरे मुझे नहीं याद आया.
Macrophage.
Which one? Acrosome. You want to say acrosome?
Yes.
Great, Dish. Correct. Acrosome is present only in sperm. Very good, Dish. Apart from that, you could have said about muscle proteins, beta, actin and myosin. They are only present in muscle cells, isn't it? So these are called cell type specific genes. They are the genes which is on. So जैसे acrosome वाली gene जो है, it may be present in our skin cell also, but that gene will not be expressed there. Developmental regulatory gene. These are on only to certain stages of life cycle. For example, I will talk about it. Genes which are responsible for embryogenesis, they will be only applicable till the development of fetus. Once the fetus is developed after childbirth, all these genes will never ever be expressed. Okay. And next is inducible gene. ये जीन्स अपने आप ना स्विच ऑन होते हैं ना स्विच ऑफ होते हैं. They are the genes which will be expressed only if they get any kind of stimuli. जैसे हम पढ़ेंगे लैक्टोपेरॉन के बारे में, लैक्टोजोपेरॉन. For example, can you give me example of any such genes? Class. Anyone? सोचो कौन सी इंड्यूसिबल जीन होता होगा. Do you think the digestive enzymes present in our body are active 24/7? Class. No, they are inducible gene. They are induced by certain stimuli. That may be hormone, that can be anything. So
Ma'am, ovulation can be one.
ovulation gene, very good. That is good. It can be getting active in presence of certain factors. So now we will have a look into a nice video which will give you a gist about the gene expression and its regulation. But we still have miles to go, so we will talk about the rest of the part in our next lecture. Let's have a look into the video. I guess the screen is visible to you.
Yes.
I just love these Amoeba Sister videos. They
Have
are
you
quite
ever thought
funny
about what a
way
disaster
to
it would be if
remember.
Have you ever thought about what a disaster it would be if the cells in your eyes started producing the same hydrochloric acid that is made by your stomach cells? Your stomach cells produce hydrochloric acid to help break down food, but you definitely don't want that in your eyes. Thank goodness that doesn't happen. But it's surprising because both your eye cells and your stomach cells contain all of your DNA.
And volume is very
All
low.
of it is found in your body cells. But see, the portions that are
The screen is not visible.
Ma'am, can you please increase the volume?
Uh, increase the volume. Let me share it in the format. Volume is full. Maybe I can increase the quality of video. Now you try.
Have you ever thought about what a disaster it would be if the cells in your eyes started producing the same hydrochloric acid that is made by your stomach cells? Your stomach cells produce hydrochloric acid to help break down food, but you definitely don't want that in your eyes. Thank goodness that doesn't happen. But it's surprising because both your eye cells and your stomach cells contain all of your DNA. Your DNA, all of it, is found in your body cells. But see, the portions that are used need to be regulated somehow. Otherwise, we could end up with something ridiculous, like eye cells producing hydrochloric acid. And that wouldn't just be a waste of resources, that would actually be very difficult to explain to your friends. You want genes to be regulated, controlled. Remember that genes are made up of DNA. DNA is used to give instructions for the production of proteins in the process of protein synthesis. But an important concept is that there needs to be a method of determining which genes will be turned on and which genes will be turned off. This is called gene regulation. And there are many ways that genes are regulated. In your human body cells, you can have proteins that can bind to certain gene regions to increase the rate of transcription for the transcription enzyme RNA polymerase. Or you can have proteins decrease transcription to the point that it may not be transcribed at all. This is a form of gene regulation. Your eye cells don't use the portion of DNA that codes for making hydrochloric acid like your stomach cells do, because there is regulation in your cells to determine which portions of the DNA is used. But we want to shift gears now to talk about a very interesting way of regulating genes that can be sometimes a little challenging to visualize. This particular method is really found in prokaryotes, a few eukaryote exceptions. It's called an operon. An operon is a fancy way of regulating genes, and it's usually made up of a few genes that can involve enzymes. Remember that enzymes are proteins with the ability to break down or build up the substances that they act on. Now let's talk about some key players in an operon so that we can see some gene regulation here. First, RNA polymerase. It's a builder enzyme actually, because RNA polymerase is an enzyme. In biology, a lot of enzymes end in that ASE. RNA polymerase is needed in order to start transcription. Remember that transcription and translation are steps in protein synthesis. Protein synthesis means to make proteins, enzymes in this case. The thing about RNA polymerase, though, it gets a little confusing for RNA polymerase without somewhere to bind. If you watched our DNA replication video, you learned about DNA polymerase and how it had to have a primer to know where to start. Well, RNA polymerase needs a promoter. A promoter is a sequence of DNA where the RNA polymerase can bind. So you would think, okay, you got your RNA polymerase, you attach it to a promoter, and boom, you make your mRNA, which eventually will be used to make a protein. But there's this other sequence of DNA called an operator. The operator is a part of the DNA where something called a repressor can bind. The repressor, if bound to the operator, blocks RNA polymerase, and poor RNA polymerase cannot move forward and no mRNA can be made, therefore no proteins. So let's take a look at our setup here. This is an example called a lac operon. Notice there's a promoter region of the DNA, the operator region of the DNA, and there are 3 genes here that code for enzymes that help in the process of breaking down lactose. Lactose is a sugar. If lactose sugar is around, bacteria want these enzymes to be made so that they can use them to break down the lactose sugar. Then they can metabolize it. Fed bacteria are happy bacteria. Here's the repressor. There's actually a gene here that codes for producing the repressor. See this gene that we call I? It has its own promoter. Well, this gene codes for the production of the repressor. So why do we need this repressor? Well, it's wasteful to make things that you don't need. If there's no lactose, it wouldn't make sense to start making enzymes that work together to break down lactose. It would be a waste. The enzymes would just sit there. So if lactose is not present, then the repressor binds to the operator, and this blocks RNA polymerase. So mRNA cannot be made, and therefore the proteins, the enzymes in this case, cannot be made. But if lactose is around in the environment, something pretty cool happens. The lactose, remember that's the sugar, binds to the repressor. This changes the repressor's conformation. Try as it might, the repressor cannot bind to the operator. RNA polymerase finds its promoter, binds, and transcribes to make the mRNA from the genes on the operon. That mRNA will be used to make enzymes to break down the lactose sugar. And bacteria like to eat, so that makes them pretty happy. We have to say that we think it's pretty impressive to think about all the gene regulation that occurs in cells. And if you find it fascinating, know that there are careers that focus on gene regulation and understanding how genes can be turned on and turned off. Because by doing that, we can gain a better understanding of a variety of diseases that have gene influences in the human body. Well, that's it for the Amoeba Sisters, and we remind you to stay curious.
So I can understand. It was just an outline which I wanted you people to have a look into. Obviously, we are going to move ahead with the other part of gene expression, but just wanted to give you a brief outline how things are done. So we will get back to the gene expression part. Now, in regulation of gene expression, 2 options are there. One is called positive control and other is called negative control. So what is this? Negative control means it is a repressible operon. So what do we mean by repressible operon? Negative means in normal condition, it is actually switched on. Just a tryptophan operon. It is switched on in normal condition and tryptophan production is always there. Okay. But when we don't require tryptophan, we can stop this operon or stop this production of tryptophan. So that is how we call it negative control. It can be repressible, it can be inducible. For example, in tryptophan, it is repressible. Why? Because when we don't want tryptophan operon to be active, we simply stop it. We simply inhibit it. Okay. In case of inducible operon, it is exactly opposite. Like the way repressible operon is in normal condition switch on. अब मैं ये terminology बोल रही हूँ. Switch on and switch off. You try and understand when gene is producing protein, we call that is a switch on position. And when gene is not producing protein, we are calling it a switch off position. So अगर हम switch off position ले रहे हैं, तो tryptophan operon, which is a repressible operon in normal condition, will be in switch on position. जब जरूरत पड़ेगा हमें उसको switch off करना है. In case of inducible operon, that is lac operon, in normal condition it will be switch off. Whenever required, we need to switch it on. Okay, so here some example of positive control is provided, that E. coli is preferred to use glucose for energy. Okay, so positive control example is inducible operon. Here, normal condition, if you have two options, कि आपके पास आटा, पानी, चूल्हा, चौका सब कुछ है और आपके पास बनी हुई गर्मा गर्म अच्छी रोटी है, which one will you take? कौन सा ऑप्शन लेंगे आप लोग? बनी हुई रोटी खाना पसंद करेंगे या फिर खुद बनाना पसंद करेंगे? Majority people will do what?
Bunny.
सबको पसंद है भाई, किसको मेहनत करनी है? So simply you know that glucose is a monosaccharide and lactose is a disaccharide. तो जब तक glucose ample enough amount में चालू है supply उसकी, no one is going to bother about lactose. No one is interested. When glucose is not there, then only lactose will be required. So that's why lac operon, which is controlling the consumption of lactose, will not be in switch on position in normal condition. It will be switch on only when glucose is absent. Now a few like example, or I can say it is just in a G's. Positive means effect of activator or inducer. Negative control means repression. It is means you are switching off the gene. And double gene negative means there is presence of inhibitor. So the difference between negative control and double negative is, positive is very simple. जब आपको चाहिए आप उसको स्विच ऑन कर रहे हैं, स्विच ऑन करते वक्त आप एक्टिवेटर या इंड्यूसर यूज कर रहे हैं, वो जाके आपने जीन को सिग्नल दे रहा है कि नाउ यू स्विच ऑन, डन. दैट इज सिंपल अबाउट पॉजिटिव. नेगेटिव में टू ऑप्शंस आर देयर. फर्स्ट, simple negative में there is one repressor protein which is stopping the gene to switch on. In double negative there is one inhibitor protein. Inhibitor will go on repressor, then repressor will go on gene, and the production or the switching on of the product will be stopped. So the difference between negative and double negative is clear to everyone. Look into it.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So this is the example of negative control inducible system. So let me tell you. You can see in this case, this is a regulator gene. Repressor protein will bind to the in a way that it is not allowing RNA polymerase to bind. और अगर RNA polymerase bind नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा? Messenger RNA बनेगा ही नहीं, तो जीन कहाँ से बनेगा? So this is the case when repressor is active. अब देखो यहाँ पे repressor को किसी और ने engage कर दिया, so repressor cannot bind. RNA polymerase can bind and messenger RNA will be produced. So this is negative control. This is negative control repressible system. मतलब normal condition में ये switch on रहता है. What is the difference between this and this? In this case, in normal condition, it is switch off, and in presence of inducer, it is switch on. And in second case, it is normal condition में ये switch on है, and presence of repressor is switching it off. Okay. This is positive control inducible system. यहाँ it is simple है, it is very simple, almost similar, but inactive activator is there and activator is there, and this is about the positive control repressible system. Active activator is present in the beginning. So basically, if you look into, in case of repressible system, gene will be normally switched on, they will be switched off later. In case of inducible system, the gene will be switched off and it will be switched on later. I suggest you people to go through the video and look into the photographs I shared with you. By pausing at them, look into them. You will be able to understand. If you are not able to understand, then we can discuss it once again in our next lecture. Any doubts, anyone, beta?
No.
Okay. Then Kausha, you promised me you will go through pedigree analysis and let me know about your doubts. Your doubts are the first
Yes.
we are going to talk in our next lecture. Okay?
Okay.
So bye for the evening. Bye to all of you. Good night.
Bye, ma'am.